This is Andi Purewal, Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Shane McGUIGAN for the first time since I've been at Boxing Social. Shane, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. Yeah, he's first one. Obviously, Rob likes these interviews, you see, so it's nice that you're getting one in. But yeah, no, good, mate. Up here in Manchester, fight week for Anthony Fowler. It's the first fight that we got together, so looking forward to it.
Let's get into obviously your first fight working with Anthony Fowler. First full camp, what should we expect to see from what you've been working on with Anthony in the ring on Saturday night?
Well, you know, the thing is with Anthony, he was an Olympian. You know, he's got all the tools, but I think he was neglecting a lot of his natural boxing ability before. Whether that was down to his previous coach or which I don't think it was. I just think maybe it was just a mindset thing. But sometimes a little freshener camp, a new voice, can sort of change things and sort of just, you know, make you understand the process a little bit more. So we've been working a lot on footwork, changing his posture a little bit. He was a little bit bent over before, trying to keep his length in his shots. And yeah, I mean, look, you know, unfortunately Jack Flatley pulled out Monday morning. I got the news, which was really unfortunate. It said he had a fractured foot. So we haven't got an opponent yet, but we've got a couple that are being confirmed today. So hopefully we can get a decent opponent and he can show what he's been doing in the gym.
How frustrating is that for not just Anthony, but for you yourself? Obviously, your first chance to show everybody what you've been working on. You've prepared an entire camp for Jack Flatley, and now he's pulled out. How frustrating is that for you guys?
It is, yeah, but that's boxing. Do you know what I mean? We're always used to it. You know, you've always just got to prepare for the worst, haven't you? I mean, I remember going into the WBSS fights with George or Josh Taylor and stuff, and always thinking, wait, we've got a standby who's completely different to the guy that we're boxing, and anything can happen. A cold can happen, or you know, something can happen last minute, and then you got to change your game plan. But it is frustrating. But I'm trying to make Anthony Fowler the best he can be as a boxer, and I think you know, until we get up there with guys that are really going to make it competitive, I think for now it's working on his technique and working on the basics, and I still think you're going to see some improvements.
What's been the thing that you've been working on most with Anthony in the camp?
Changing the way he's training, making it a bit more explosive. I mean, he was doing a lot of strength work with lots of sort of like low reps, sort of high rest and stuff. So we've actually changed that around a little bit. We've been doing a little bit more circuit-based stuff, just trying to create some gears in him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say he's one pace, but you know, when he hurt Fitzgerald, for instance, in the 9th round, he steps it up and he gassed himself out. Obviously, he got dropped in the last round, due to exhaustion. So, you know, trying to get him to be able to go through the gears a little bit and you know, sustain his power. And one of the things that Ant's got, which is his best asset, is his timing. So, doing all that, trying to speed him up, but also make sure he's able to keep his timing and not sort of like, you know, rush his work.
Obviously, Saturday night won't be an opponent you'd have liked to have had, but looking beyond Saturday, provided everything goes to plan, there's always been talk of that Scott Fitzgerald rematch. Do you think we would see that next? Yeah,
I mean, look, I've sat down with Eddie. You know, I'm managing that now, and you know, we need to get that fight sorted. You know, we need to clean his slate. Fitzgerald's obviously was supposed to be on this bill, but I know he's got troubles with his weight. He blows up and down, and I know that he needs something to get really motivated. And I know that a rematch with Anthony Fowler will get him motivated. But you know, for us, it's just get this one out of the way, look good, get the Fitzgerald fight in the summer, and then sort of move on to bigger and better things. Obviously, it's a British title fight if that was to be made. So clean up the domestic scene and then move on.
Obviously, you're training a host of former Olympians now, but with Anthony and with that one loss to Fitzgerald, is there any more pressure on him? Does he feel any more pressure to ensure he doesn't lose another fight, at least in the near future?
Definitely. That's unfortunately that's the business that we're in. You know, it's a cutthroat business, and you know, everyone wants to be a part of you when you're winning, and then suddenly you get beaten, and it's on to the next man. So, you know, I mean, you could look at the Luke Campbell situation, for instance. You know, he got beaten by Lomachenko, and sometimes people can just, you know, completely forget about him. You know, we've got Ryan Garcia calling out people like Linares and all these other people. Whereas, you know, Luke's going to be boxing for a world title very shortly, and yeah, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. You know, with a loss you can lose a lot of credit. But those are the guys that are dangerous, and those are the guys that learn from it. You know, I know that Fowler's definitely learned from it, and he won't make the same mistake twice.
You just touched on Luke Campbell there as well. What is the latest with regards to the date for the Javier Fortuna fight? I've seen some rumours April 17th on the Hooker Prograis card. Any truth?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the fight, the card that we're looking at. We're having a meeting today with Eddie to sort of try and finalise it. You know, I think Fortuna's locked in for that fight. We tried to get him to come over to the UK. He wasn't having it. I know his promoter very well, Samson Liakovic, real nice guy, but you know they know that his best chance of winning the world title is in America, and you know they sort of ruled out coming to the UK. And you know, for our standpoint, it's Luke's travelled before. He'll travel again. He doesn't have a problem going to America. He's just got to make sure that you know that the money's right as always, and then you know we just got to get it on and get going with it. So hopefully April 17th, but we will know shortly.
Obviously another Olympian in your camp, Lawrence Okolie. What's the latest with the Krzysztof Glowackii situation?
Yeah, that is being solved as we speak. We had a couple of ideas to put it on, sort of in the summer. I don't manage Lawrence, but I've been speaking to 258 management, and they were trying to get it potentially on the AJ card, which I know it seems like a long way away, but great exposure. The WBO have almost overruled that to say it has to go on beforehand because the title's been vacant for a long period of time and they want it to be boxed for shortly. So could be May, and we're just trying to find out a date for that one.
Unfortunately, Shane, the press conference seems to be starting earlier than I anticipated, so we'll have to kind of whiz through the final question. I know it was a couple of weeks ago now, but Wilder Fury 2 out in Vegas. Yeah. What was your thoughts on Tyson's victory and his performance?
Phenomenal! What a performance! You know, it just. I thought he won the first one, and he just destroyed him in the second one. So it seems a bit strange that he's going to completely. I mean, he has to do it. He has to exercise the rematch clause. It's his only chance to get any sort of momentum in the heavyweight division. So Deontay Wilder has to do that. But with that being said, it kind of might make it a bit of a sticky situation to make the AJ fight, because AJ's got Pulev, who's not an easy fight, and I believe you know those two, AJ and Fury, have to get it on straight away, because these opportunities don't last very long. Do you know what I mean? And anything can happen in the heavyweight division, and they need to max out very shortly. But great victory from Tyson Fury, and it's just great to have all the belts back in the UK.
Just very quickly, what was your thoughts on Deontay after the fight? Firstly, disagreeing with his corner throwing him and secondly, bringing up his costume on his ring walk.
I mean, first off, it looked like he had a perforated eardrum that had blood coming out of it. So that's a perfect excuse to say your equilibrium is completely gone. It did look like his balance, his legs weren't there from the get-go. But you can't go around chucking around statements that you know you walk to the ring in a heavy costume. It's just that's choice. Tyson Fury came in on a bloody wheeled thing, so that you know these sort of things can throw you off. So they both had pretty big ring walk entrances, but I think the corner did the right thing. I don't think he should get rid of Breland, because he was the one with the sensible head and did the right thing and chucked the towel in.
Well, Shane, we'll have to leave it there now, because I know that people are going to kind of start rushing us, but I appreciate you speaking to me for the first time and hopefully not the last time as I'm with Boxing Social. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you for the rest of the fight week. Thank you for speaking to us.
Cheers, Andy. Appreciate it, mate.